I guess we can get started. Thanks everyone for tuning in as well to this week's AMA. This is obviously a dYdX grants AMA. Essentially, I think for the last few weeks we've been doing a series now where every week or two we'll be getting grantees on and they'll discuss their grant, whether that's tooling, producing a research paper, or the merch team like these two, and so on and so forth. So really excited to have 0xNiall and Surreal on from the dYdX merch team, who have received a grant for the merch store, which everyone I think is really excited about. Seeing pictures, you can really tell how good and how high quality the merch is. So super excited to get you guys on. I'll just give everyone a really quick TLDR. We'll get you two just to really touch on the grant and what that's been like for you two, and give a detailed picture of really what you've been working on in the background. We've got some pre-populated questions that we'll ask, and then after this we'll open up the floor. And if anyone's interested in asking any questions, then by all means raise your hand and we can bring you on stage. So gents, I reckon it would be good just to hear more about you, your background, and what made you want to build out the merch store.
Yeah, sure. Firstly, thanks James, thanks for hosting us, and hi everyone. So a little background on myself and Niall. So we go quite way back. We know each other from school, so it's been about 10 years since we've known each other, and we used to do a clothing brand together, like a streetwear brand. So we're quite heavily into our music and stuff, and from there we just grew to love streetwear that was associated with it. And we ran that brand while both of us were at university, and then due to other commitments and things, we stopped it. Like I went to intern at the Walt Disney Company in the apparel side of things. From then afterwards, after university, we got more into providing merchandise solutions for other companies, and dYdX is kind of just fell into our hands out of that passion for DeFi and things, and we're just happy to be providing merch for the best company out there at the minute. But besides all that, we've got hobbies such as football.
We have very similar hobbies and interests, and as Jay said, we've known each other for just over 10 years now, or about 10 years. We've been best friends ever since. So it's awesome to be able to do it with a mate, and something we absolutely just love. We love product. We get excited over the smallest details, get excited over packaging and stuff like that. So we're incorporating all of that sort of eye for detail in everything we do for the merch store.
Nice. Are you fellas same football team fans, or?
Absolutely not. I'm Manchester United and he's Newcastle United.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, let's not talk about that then. That's super cool. I think it must be really nice to build something out with a best mate, and I think you guys have evidently done a great job. I guess it might be worth just touching on sort of what is Toyoji. What are your plans there? Is it going to be sort of a brand long term? I mean, you can look at building this out. I mean, how did this come about?
So Toyoji kind of grew out of what I started last year. So I started doing merchandising for Sushi Swap, and so what I was doing was kind of gaining a bit of traction, and from there I thought it was time to give what I was doing a name. And the name Toyoji, I get this asked quite often. It doesn't really have any special meaning, but it was inspired by some vintage clothing shops in Japan. But if you Google what Toyoji means, it says something excellent and impressive. I'll go with that. So what Toyoji offers is merchandising solutions for companies who more or less can't handle it themselves, but also want to trust a team that will deliver and take care of them, because it can be something you can I can ask someone to do merchandise for me, but they might not take care with all the small details, like down to the labels, down to the packaging, how it's shipped, how it's presented. We like to make whoever we're working for feel valued, and that reflects in the product, and then the sentiment around that and the community. Like it's all part of the package. It's got to be something that's has a holistic approach to. And I feel like Toyoji definitely offers that.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's great to hear. And I know you boys have been sort of hanging around in the ecosystem. You've been in the Hedgie huddle since the get. You've participated in community calls from the start as well. So having a real understanding of who the dYdX user is, you can really tell. And I can attest to the merch quality, having had a box myself, fortunately, that it's really high quality. And I think everyone's going to be really happy once they get their hands on it. I mean, based on sort of being around the huddle and things like that, how long have you been in the dYdX ecosystem for? How long have you been in the Discord? How long have you been hanging around?
I'm gonna say at the beginning, since the beginning of this year. It was Mo got us involved, I think, first, and from there, like, it kind of just grew natural to be within the Discord, because that's where the chat's at, if you know what I mean. So, like, if you're into trading, whether you're into NFTs, like, that's just a place to be. But yeah, thanks to Mo, like, for reaching out and actually getting me involved, because I'm really happy to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Mo.
Yeah, shout out to Mo. He seems to be the guy that's the main connector in the ecosystem of many people.
He is sure.
Cool. So you've built out this brand. You've built out dYdX merch now that's going to be released soon. Like, what's your kind of motivation now going forward? Where do you want this to become, or what do you want this to be?
Well, we wanted to basically create the best merch for the best exchange. And as Andre touched on earlier, it's basically quality over everything. We focus on the details that a lot of people overlook, and I think those little elements add up to create the best possible package. And we actually think that you guys deserve to be able to rep dYdX and Hedgies in real life. So it's definitely a big motivation of ours. And I think just having like a physical product can help like push the growth of the exchange. We've already seen the value it brings at events, whether it's at Crypto Bahamas or Token 2049. Seeing everyone walk around with dYdX swag on is awesome, and it only helps spread the word about the exchange. I think it also helps with our online presence as a whole. I think it has a potential to bring in like lots of new users through just like giveaways and just helping to sort of increase online engagement. For instance, with the meme competition that went on today, at dYdX were able to give away a merch bundle to the winner. It just, I feel as though it can really spark growth in areas that maybe we haven't been able to do before. And and who doesn't love high quality swag? So
absolutely, yeah, definitely, that's really exciting. You might want to just touch on. I know for some people who joined later on, since we had a brief chat at the start, but there is a POAP claim form in the Trading General channel now that's just gone live. Alucard's just posted it. But do you boys just want to touch on what that may give people?
Yeah, so basically, if you are the winner, basically if you're selected, you will basically win a merch bundle, which will comprise of a cap, a hoodie, a cap, 3 t-shirts, a mouse pad, and some stickers, as well as the new Dispatch collaboration, which we made, this new backpack. And yeah, it's probably the highest quality backpack I've ever used. It's next level. The pictures do it justice, but it's even better in real life. So yeah, I highly recommend everyone enters and claims that POAP.
Yeah, +1. I mean, that backpack is really nice. So guys, if you want to have a chance to win that, go into the Trading General channel now. Fill the POAP form in. I think the secret word is Toyoji, and hopefully one of you will get all that swag in a backpack sent out to you soon. Cool. I understand that there might be potentially some special like integration or options for Hedgie holders specifically. I don't know if you want to just touch on that and if that's true.
Yeah, so if you hold a Hedgie, you'll be able to get early access to the Hedgie product specifically on the web store. So we believe there needs to be perks for being a Hedgie holder, and we think exclusivity is definitely the best way of doing this merch-wise. So for any product with Hedgie branding on, you'll be the first one to access that, basically. Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty much it.
And then to do that, I take it is there like a connect wallet functionality that people do showcase that they've got a Hedgie? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you would have to connect your wallet to verify you own the NFT, and from there you have access to buying any of those products. I think this is the best way of rewarding Hedgie holders for not selling during a bear market.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. And then just out of interest, I don't know if you can disclose it yet, but how many kind of exclusive items will holders manage to get?
What's that, sorry?
Sorry, I'm not sure you hear. How many exclusive Hedgie items will Hedgie holders manage to get access to?
Well, I think there's around 10.
10.
Yeah,
Nice.
so around 10. So basically, just to sum it up briefly, on the web store, we're going to be splitting up our merch. So we've got the dYdX merch and we've got the Hedgies merch. So anything that's falls under the Hedgies merch will be available to Hedgie holders. They'll get early access to those items. So yeah, for a certain period of time, and then after that time has elapsed, then it'll go on general sale. But Hedgie holders will get exclusive access first.
Nice, exciting. That sounds really great. I know you kind of like touched on this already earlier on, but what are the kind of future plans for dYdX merch? You've obviously built out this store. You've obviously got a catalog of items currently. Is there anything that you're thinking about in the future that you can add? What's the kind of future plans there?
Yeah, so we want to basically just keep building through the bear market. It's a tough time, but if you want to see the rewards in the bull market, it's time to build now. So yeah, we want to keep building and just be as present as possible. Whether it's at conferences and events, which we've been doing since the start of this year, and we've had a really good response from it. So really happy with how that's been going. And then of course we've recently launched our Twitter account, which we've had some really good engagement. So the aim is to keep growing that, keep expanding, keep reaching new people, keep helping to grow the dYdX ecosystem. And it's important to maintain and to push brand resonance amongst retail and full-time traders. So
awesome. Yeah, really excited for when it launches. And I guess for when it launches, then you've definitely got a number of items that are coming out. Is there anything that you think that will be people's favorites? What are your favorites coming? It might be worth also just touching on the variety of items that are going to be released.
Yeah, so my personal favorite is the backpack. Ever since I got it, I've just been wearing it every day. It's a brand Niall and I both love, and it's been an honor to work with those guys. Their designers are great, and be able to design something so bespoke, which is really cool. And down to every detail, we've been able to sculpt the perfect backpack. And for example, we can even find our logo on the little pull tabs. the purple has been matched to the exact dYdX purple. Every detail has been thought of. That's my personal favourite, but because that's one I've had most utility out of so far. There's a lot of. I wear my dYdX hoodie every day as well. To be fair, but yeah, there's a bunch of cool stuff. It's hard to pick a favourite, but if I had to, it would be the backpack.
Yeah, I have to agree. Really, the backpack it's next level. If you guys, there's going to be a very very limited supply, and obviously we're giving one away today. So yeah, if you guys are lucky enough to get your hands on one, honestly, you will not regret it. It is the quality is insane, and as Dre said, on the pull tabs on the bag, they've been matched. The purple's been matched to the dYdX purple, and it's got the X logo on it. But that X logo can't actually ever be rubbed off because it's inside the tab. So it's just like small details like that. It's like it's an extremely high quality company we've worked with, and they're brilliant. But I also like the we did the money printer, so the Burr money printer, which is really cool. And then I love the Wagme tee. Yeah, it's just so cool. The puff print, nice.
Yeah, the puff print's great.
Nice. And then just talking through the amount of, let's say, different designs you've got through different sort of products, like how many different types of t-shirts roughly have you got? How many different types of hoodies, etc.?
I think there's about 6 or 7 t-shirts and about 6 or 7 hoodies. I just want to touch on the fact that because we're using community funds, that we're trying to be conservative with the amount that we're doing, because obviously it's through the bear market, sentiment is low. So we're aware that like budget conversation is a big thing. So we're pretty small on stock, but we've gone for like a good variety of designs. So I think 6 or 7 t-shirts and 6 or 7 hoodies is a good place to start with a decent variety of colour in there. And there's a nice balance between dYdX branded stuff and Hedgie branded stuff. So there's a bit of something for everyone. The dYdX stuff is more like simple and more low key. You can wear it out anywhere. The Hedgie stuff is a bit more fun, a bit more outlandish. So there's stuff there for everyone really.
Awesome. That's really exciting. And then just the last couple from me. Like, typical like retail value for like this backpack, t-shirts, etc. Sort of like, I guess it's all in GBP for you guys. But what sort of price mark points can they kind of expect?
We need to agree on prices still, but everything will be sold at cost price.
Awesome.
So to deliver a fair value to everyone, everything will be sold at how much it costs to make.
Awesome. No, that's great. And then like long term, like funding wise, let's say it continues to grow. I mean, how long's kind of like the funding last for from grants in that sense? Has there kind of been any thought on if it's a success, like long term, will you need to apply for another grant? Kind of how's the kind of thought process there so far?
Yeah, so at the moment our grant is for 6 months.
Gotcha.
And so to get an extension, so to make it 1 year or longer, we have certain KPIs we need to meet. For example, like selling at least half the stock. Otherwise, if there's no demand, there's not really much point continuing this. And so, we need to make sure we're selling whatever we buy. So for now, it's for 6 months. So our first drop will be coming up in like the first week of December, hopefully. That's what we're pushing for. And then the second drop will be 3 months later again. So we want to do that in like February. And depending on the success of those, we'll, speak to Grant's team and see, is this worth continuing? We'll get feedback from the community. Like, do you like what we're doing here? Is it worthwhile? Is it a good use of community funds? And, we'll see from there.
Awesome. No, that sounds really great. And then I take it you guys are pretty active on Commonwealth, pretty active in the merch channel. I guess where should people reach out to you if they've got any questions and whatnot?
If you want to reach out to us, just ping us in the merch channel. I think that's the best place to be honest. where everyone can see what you want to, just, for an open discussion. I think the merch channel is best. If you want to discuss any ideas in private, feel free to DM any of us. Yeah.
Sweet. And then just looking on the kind of website now, there's obviously the sign up kind of wait list per se, where they get a discount. In that sense, people are just keep an eye on that, and then hopefully, like you've just said, within kind of first couple of weeks in December, if things start to run smoothly and go well to plan, that site will then be the site where the merch is going to be hosted.
Yeah, exactly. So it's exactly the same URL, dYdXmerch.shop. Yeah, we're pushing for the first week of December. So if you make any purchase within that week, we can hopefully get it to you by Christmas. And yeah, there's a special deal on right now. If you sign up, you get 10% code off straight away, and that will be applicable for 1 month after the drop. So yeah, make sure you make the most of that opportunity.
Nice. And then in terms of, it's probably last question from me before I open up the floor to anyone else. I mean, are you taking like community feedback? Let's say, if someone in the audience here like busted trade, or like if he said, hey, there's like significant interest in having sort of a design like this, are you sort of taking on feedback to sort of think about future designs? I know obviously it's going to be in the foreseeable future in a sense, but is that something that you're considering, or is it very much, look, we're sticking with these designs for the time being?
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. We love hearing like feedback. Any sort of recommendations are very much welcome. I mean, for instance, like, I can't remember who said it, but someone in the merch Discord channel actually said that they'd like to see the X cap, and we hadn't actually sampled the X cap at that point. So yeah, we went on and did that, and that's actually going to be available in drop 1. So yeah, recommendations are very much appreciated. Any sort of feedback, very much appreciated, because this is for you guys. So it would be silly to not listen to you guys and not take on any feedback.
Appreciate it, gents. Thanks for entertaining the questions there from me. I guess we can open up the floor. Is there anything else you want to say anyway, just before we open up the floor to anyone?
Just a big thanks for everyone that tuned in this evening, and yeah, again, thank you, Alakar, for sorting out the power. Thank you, James, for hosting, and yeah, shout out to Mo for helping us along this journey. You've been a real help, so thank you.
No, that's really exciting. Yeah, thanks for coming on, fellas. Right, anyone's got any questions about the merch, by all means, raise your hand and we can bring you on. Please keep it merch specific. There's not really much else we can touch on today. Mo, let's bring you up, sir.
Surprise.
Yeah. Just on mute. There we go.
Thanks, James. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, Surreal and Niall, well done. I know you've gave me like quite a few shout outs, but I don't deserve any of it. You two put in the graft, and I'm excited to see how the merch store develops. So my question is, really going forward, are you going to do teasers with the community where you share some of the designs going ahead? Because it's Christmas around the corner, and I'm wondering, are we going to be able to see what's coming up in the store ahead of launch, just so we can get ready to order those items? What's the plan in regards to showing us what's to buy and what's not available?
Yes.
So question.
Go on then, go on, Dre.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, we've started, teasing a few bits with giveaways happening. So if you look at the giveaway that's happening in line with this AMA, we dropped a picture showing a merch bundle, and within that bundle, there's a few little bits we haven't shown yet. Yeah. So, and we're going to be doing more giveaways with a run up to the merch store, and so from there we'll be dropping new bits. We've been working with Adley Card on a poker tournament where we've been giving away merch to winners there. You'll be able to see some new pieces from those prizes, and we're due to do a photo shoot next week where we're really getting the bulk of all the content, which we will have ready to share with you guys as soon as we have that in our hands, because we hate holding things back. And we promise you we're showing as much as we can right now, but as soon as we have all the content and assets in our hands, you'll be the first to know.
That sounds great. And apart from swag, is there plans to do any other items, like novelty items, or is it just purely concentrating on swag right now?
I think majority of our focus will be on swag, but as I touched on earlier, we got a money printer that we may or may not be giving away at some point. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. But yeah, novelty items are fun. I think they help us stand out on Twitter and stuff. So I think definitely be doing some more soon.
And it's not an novelty item, but we're doing a mouse pad, a really cool little mouse pad with a Hedgie design on, which you can see in the giveaway post for today's AMA.
If you ever scroll through our Twitter media, you'll see.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, guys. I'm excited to see how the merch store launches in December and making my first purchase. Thanks.
Cheers, Mo.
Cheers, Mo.
Anyone else got any questions? We'll bring you up. In the interim, fellas, I was just also wondering, like, let's say partnership opportunities come up in the future, right? Like, we know a lot of brands currently in the kind of normal retail space partner with a number of different companies to propel the image, etc. In the Web3 space, obviously, DeFi, crypto, etc. There's a lot of partnership opportunities with, I don't know, like Sandbox, different types of DeFi players in the space. Is this something you guys are open to? And yeah, thoughts on that in the future?
For sure. I'm glad he said Sandbox because I'm very bullish on metaverse integration. I don't think it should be something dismissed, even though it's a hype word right now. Like, not just Sandbox, there's other metaverses, and I wouldn't want to specify which one we target. I think digital wearables are becoming prominent, and I envision a future where a digital wardrobe is more valuable than our physical ones. And so I think, integrations with, some big players would benefit us all, not just having access to the digital stuff, but also the awareness and the brand presence it would also bring. So I think it would be a net benefit for all, providing the platform we work with is a good one. You know what I mean? We just wouldn't go partner with anyone.
Exciting. That sounds great. It's good to hear. Has anyone else got any questions? And we'll bring you on the stage. We'll give it a couple of seconds, and then if no one's got any questions, fellas, if there's nothing additional from you that you want to just highlight, then we can close it off there.
I would just say that I'm actually really excited I'm really excited for everyone to see the website when it launches, because Paperclips have done an amazing job so far on the designs, and they've blown us away. It looks amazing, and I hope it's something that everyone's going to be really proud of. So really excited for it.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a stellar job with the designs, and you can already see just on the coming soon page, like their attention to detail with the floating hedgies and all the different hints to what's coming in the merch shop. I think they did an awesome job.
Bro, that's exciting. Cool. All right then, let's close it off there. I guess there's a couple of posts in the merch channel, I think. So if anyone's got any other questions related to this, by all means, tag them in the merch channel, in any channel, and I know they're active on a daily basis on that merch channel. Cool. I guess what I'll do now, I will download this audio, put it onto YouTube, and if anyone wants to re-listen to it, then by all means have a listen on YouTube. And then what we'll do, we'll schedule another grants AMA for next, I think there's one tomorrow, similar time, with the Investo team, who have done like an advanced trading tool. That by all means, if anyone's got any interest in being in that one, then tune in there. But thanks 0xNiall and Surreal for coming on. Really exciting and interesting to hear about all the building and progress that the merch store has made, and super excited to get this live and get merch in the hands of everyone here.
Yeah. Thanks everyone, and thank you James for your time.
Pleasure. Cheers, James.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks James for hosting.
No problem.
Guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later.
Cheers guys.